welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Money Monday, and we're here to open your mind. Good morning, y'all. How are you? We are in the studio this Monday morning. I have Kenneth Barnes to my left. I have Terrell Harris to my right. But you know that we start the day with why we vote, because it is so vitally important. And if you didn't know, early voting started this Saturday. Early voting started. The regular election day is March 5th. But this week, early voting has started. And I have a little bit of an announcement for you because I need all of the listeners' help. Everyone who knows someone who knows somebody else who lives in District A, I need you all to vote for me. Yes, I said vote for me. Every Monday morning on the Good Life radio show, y'all know the first segment is dedicated to reminding our community why we vote. You know, I hope to use my platform to open people's mind as to why their vote is so vitally important. If one person is inclined to exercise their right to vote that wasn't voting before, then I've done my job. Early voting has started. You can vote right now, and I humbly ask that you exercise your right to vote. And if you live in District A, or you know somebody that lives in District A, I ask that you vote for me, or that you prompt them to vote for me. I ask that, you vote for me as one of your 14 representatives for the Orleans Parish Democratic Executive Committee. And y'all know I honestly never thought that I'd be running for anything. But, we must be the change that we want to see in the world. So it starts with me. So please vote for me, Eileen Carter, District A, number 299. Obviously, that must be a great lucky number for OPDEC. And we are on the line with Telly Medina. How are you, Telly?
So we supposed to vote for you just because you're on the radio every morning? I don't know.
No, it's because
are
you serious?
You
know what? This is why I should have just left you on hold. I was having a sincere moment. What are you talking about? If y'all listen to me every day, y'all know I'm passionate about.
You could have even
said
vote for me because I'm a great Harrell booster mom and I'm helping the children. But I'm not voting for you because you're on no radio, man.
And it's funny because, this is like, I don't want to say it's not my thing, but it's not. And I like to do things kind of like behind the scenes with, supporting the community and doing this, that, and the other. But the opportunity, came up, and I really feel like, I talk on the radio all the time about people, walking the walk. So this was just a way that I could step up and do it for the community. So it is the Orleans Parish Democratic Executive Committee. Early voting is now. Please vote for me if you live in District A. Because early voting is your, state central committee members, but we're also voting for our presidential nominees. Correct, Kelly?
That is correct. This is your opportunity, Republican or Democrat, to vote for your presidential nod. I mean, on this week, they gave me the ability on Saturday to vote for Hillary Clinton, and Eileen voted for Donald Trump because she's a registered Republican.
If y'all listen to his nonsense, y'all know me better. Y'all know I get on my soapbox and I go off.
But she is a passively low Democrat. We have to check our voting record.
You think I'm passive?
What are we going to do on the radio? We are going to go get percentages for everyone who comes on this show. I need to see if Eileen Carter votes 100% of the time. I don't know that. So for next Monday's show, we're going to pull some voting records.
Go pull it. You know what? I will be honest. It's probably about 92% of the time because I know sometimes I'm going to be honest. You want me to lie? I'm too old to lie. I was out of town for more than one. But I generally make every single one. I make it, I know I'm serious. I make it, a point to go, and I make it a point to bring my son as well. Like if the only reason I didn't go Saturday is because I couldn't take Aiden with me, because I make sure Aiden goes with me to vote. Because I think it's a responsibility that we show our children, and we exercise that right.
Let me just say that I took Byron Anthony, my 1-year-old, to go and vote, and I was in front of the machine and tried to snap a picture. And those ladies over at the Algiers courthouse, they do their job. I'm going to just stay here on the radio. I try to snap a picture. You know you ain't supposed to snap that picture by that booth. Now get out of here with that baby and stuff. I said, man,
that is so funny.
I just was trying to, you better get out of here now. Stop all that playing. You know I'm going to get you. Now you going to make me take care of you in here. Man, all the ladies at the LJ's courthouse, I want y'all to know, are doing their job. I just wanted a picture of me and my baby pressing the button for the first time, ma'am. But anyway.
Well, so all of you out there who have your pictures of y'all's names on the ballot, ooh, you told on yourself.
You told on yourself.
I'm glad you said that because, I was going to be prepared to take a picture in the booth. But now I won't because, I won't be breaking any rules.
You do not be breaking any rules.
And I am not a rule breaker.
But in all seriousness, I hope people are paying attention to what is going on within the presidential election cycle on both sides. I think for Democrats, there is a great deal of interest on the Republican side and who is winning.
Wow.
We saw that Mr. Trump won in South Carolina. My pastor, Bishop-elect Leroy Phoenix, made it a point within his sermon on yesterday to talk about the world and to say, well, what do you think it will be like if Donald Trump was president? And I never hear him talk about politics, but obviously there is an interest in the world.
It's not an interest, it's real. Y'all know how I love to watch my political news. Generally at this point, you can tell who the major contender is going to be, and sometimes it's likely to even know who the nominee of a party is going to be just due to how many, delegates they've won and how many states they've won. Like by now in the Republican Party, they generally know who the nominee is, based on history. And it looks like it's going to be Donald Trump. Like they can play around if they want to. But well, look, I think that's better for the Democratic Party.
Listen, in all
but y'all better get out there and vote. Don't play. Don't take anything for granted. We need to come out there in droves. I mean droves. Like, like you drove, like droves. I'm so serious. Y'all laughing. I'm serious. Telly, this election is not the election to be playing around. We have, we're running for president, but you're not just, choosing your president. You're basically, choosing your Senate and your Supreme Court. This isn't just like one election. This affects like years and years and years of your lives. Do you know how long people sit on the Supreme Court? Forever. Like seriously, y'all, this is not an election to play around with. We were out there to support Barack Obama, but this is supporting Barack Obama's legacy as well. So just act like he's on the ballot and go vote, because technically he is.
Well, technically he is, and the seriousness of whoever that person is going to be. I mean, listen, we have to, in some form or fashion, lack of better words, use truth to power. There are people on the Democratic side, let's talk about that for just 2 or 3 minutes. Eileen Carter, people are very contrived. They're saying to themselves, Bernie Sanders, he seems excitable. He seems like a crazy old man. He has great ideas. He seems really, really left. I think that he's not some people think he's a centrist. Some people say that we should support him because of what he's done for the state of Vermont, blah, blah, blah. And then they say, well, the inverse of that is, it was during the Clinton years that we had 3 strikes you're out. It was during the Clinton years that we had.
We're not voting for Bill, are we?
Huh?
I didn't recall Bill's name being on the ballot. But go ahead with your.
His name is not on the ballot.
Okay, go ahead.
But this is the consensus of what you're hearing people say. Now, I think, in all legitimacy, as things level out and as the debates become more serious and more about policy, you have to look at Hillary Clinton's record. You have to look at Bernie Sanders' record like you look at other sides. For me, and for me, I think that if we threw all the credentials on the wall in the dark and we turned the light on without the people, it would be very difficult for you not to vote for Hillary Clinton. I mean, that's just the God honest.
Thank you, Telly. And I am going to say this because I have to, because I had this conversation the other day, and I'm probably going to have it multiple times through the end of the year, so y'all just bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can agree with some of Bernie Sanders, comments, economic equality, the Wall Street thing, there's a lot of stuff that you're like, yes, that sounds great. And it does. If he is that far left of President Obama, and President Obama has that much trouble with his ideas, how could that feasibly even get to the table to have a conversation. That's number one. And number two, y'all remember when y'all were in grade school and they had that day where the president of the student body could be, principal for a day? And they said, we are going to have recess for 5 hours a day. We're going to have pizza and hamburgers. We're going to have a party. Everybody's going to be able to have candy all day. And you were like, yeah, elect them. And then they got to be principal for a day and y'all got, 15 minutes extra recess. And you were like, really? That's not what you promised. I kind of equate the situation to that. You can promise me everything in the world, but what can you actually deliver? And I'm like, let's be realistic. And sometimes being realistic isn't very comfortable because you want to be a dreamer. I'm a dreamer as well. But if we really want to be a dreamer, then we need to continue to vote. And the people that are in our Congress, we need to vote those people in that can bring that type of agenda forward. But until we have we have people in Congress who can bring that forward, you can't have a president that is that far left. It's just not even feasible or possible. But that's just my 2 cents. And it's not saying it's never possible or down the road, but we have to cumulatively vote on a consistent basis if we want that to happen. And we haven't done that yet.
And what I will say is...
I'm sorry. Okay, this is why y'all should vote for me. But keep going.
In the here and now, that is not the reason why you need to vote for me. You have not told me why you're going to do anything in District 8. And
you can play around if you want to, but I got my 2 cents.
I'm going to tell them I don't know yet, but we'll see. With that said, the consistency for which we have to look at whether you want to be with Hillary or not. Somebody asked me, did you vote for Barack Obama because he was black or because he had good policy? The truth of the matter is I voted for Barack Obama because he was black.
Both.
I'll just be very, very honest about it.
Both.
And that was my initial reaction. Now, I have a daughter. My daughter's 6. She's impressionable. I talked to her about who Hillary Clinton is. If Garth is the same and there is a win, I think she's big enough for me possibly to take her to Washington, D.C. for an inauguration on the first time. For women across the world and across this country, I think there is an undertone, and there's something to be said about the face of the most important, most significant position outside of the Pope in the entire world, being a woman. I think that as women trickle down and start to listen, as my late mother would say, Mama, who you voting for on the ballot? I'll never forget this election. It was Darrell Atkins running for district attorney. And so I said, Mama, who you voting for? I said, do you know who Darrell Atkins is? And she said, baby, I've heard that lady before, but I'm voting for the woman no matter what. I said, Mama, did you vote for Barack Obama versus Hillary Clinton? And she said, I voted for Barack Obama. I want that brother to have a chance. But he's going to mess it up, so we're probably going to need a woman afterwards. So I am saying that I can't
hate on that.
outside of, and he has
girl
Michelle,
power.
He has Michelle. But with that said, there is an opportunity in time for women to be realistic and say to themselves, this may not be the person that we want, but this is our best shot to have our opportunity to put someone in the White House.
Exactly.
And I think that over time, that's going to play out. Women are going to talk about that a little bit more as a collective and have to say to themselves, this is an extremely good chance. I like Elizabeth Warren. I think she has great ideas, and maybe that's what women are saying to themselves. And I don't like everything about Hillary. She too old. She don't dress as cute as we need her to do. She don't talk well to black women to understand our issues. But at the end of the day, just like with Eileen Carter waking her son up in the morning, I laid your stuff out, Aiden. I fixed your breakfast, Aiden. Why aren't you prepared? It's never going to be everything that you want.
And here's my one thing. We expect, listen to that word, we expect our politicians to be perfect. Did y'all look in the mirror this morning? Are you perfect? I don't expect them to be perfect because the only perfect person in this world is God. So nobody is perfect. Everybody's going to have a fault. If you're looking for something, you're going to find something. It's just, what is that something? Who can bring the agenda forward for us collectively? We have our lines lit up. I'm going to go to the line. We have Keith on line too. Keith, welcome to The Good Life. I'm on my soapbox. We're discussing politics and voting. Hi, good morning.
How's everyone feeling this morning?
Wonderful, blessed.
Okay, listen to this, y'all. Since y'all saying names, maybe Bernie Sanders have a way of dealing with an all-conservative Tea Party Republican Congress that nobody else has. Now, number two, I'm going to pull a verse from the Bible. Anybody who come in the image and likeness of Barack Hussein Obama, the teachers of American society, democratic democracy, as well as African American leaders, anybody who come in his likeness, that's who I'm voting for. Y'all got it?
I got it.
Got it.
Thank you so much, Keith. I appreciate your call. And y'all, that's what the good life is all about. We are opening people's minds to living differently in the world. I love to hear opposing point of views as long as we're like respectful and tolerant of everyone. That's what it's all about. It's listening to other people. We talk about love, compassion, understanding, and tolerance. That's what it is. From the Pope, it's the year of mercy. How are we merciful? Be merciful to yourselves and your community by voting. Y'all play around if you want to. Vote. It's open today. Go vote. And if you live in District A, vote for me. Yes, it is a simple ploy.
First before you vote for it. Read her push
Well, if you listen to me, you already know what I'm about. This is The Good Life, y'all. We will be right back. We have Kenneth Barnes in the studio. We have Terrell Harris. We are so excited. We're going to be talking about passive incomes. Passive incomes. What are you doing in the real estate arena? I don't know. We're about to learn, so make sure you stay tuned.
Monday through Friday from 4 to 6 in the afternoon. The Grapevine will be informing, encouraging, and educating the inhabitants of the greatest city on earth. I'm your host, Braylon B. Banks, and I hope you'll please join us on The Grapevine on WBOK 1230 AM. Real talk for real times.
Do you know anyone with less than perfect credit? At KB Enterprises, they specialize in restoring your score. Learn how to increase your credit score with 100% satisfaction guarantee. A+ rating with the BBB, 10-year track record of removing negative items including repossessions, foreclosures, bankruptcies, tax liens, student loans, and more. Kenneth Barnes and his team at KB Enterprises are excited about helping you restore your credit and achieving your financial goals. Whether it's acquiring a home or purchasing a car, don't miss this opportunity to change your life forever. For more info, give them a call at 504-577-4139. Log on to www.kennethbarnes.org and be sure to tune into The Good Life on Money Mondays and get your financial tips for the week from Kenneth Barnes so you can live the good life too.
Do you still smoke? Does your doctor say you should quit? You know you should, but you just can't. You may have tried before and think it's too hard or too expensive, and you're not alone. At Auctioner, we can help. We're offering a free comprehensive program, a risk-free way to stop smoking. If you're a Louisiana resident who has been smoking since before September 1st, 1988, you're eligible for free over-the-counter and prescription medications, plus free office visits with a certified smoking cessation counselor and group counseling sessions. And you don't even have to stop smoking before you come in. At your first visit, we'll discuss your options and best treatment plan. To sign up and learn more about the Auctioner Smoking Cessation Clinic or find a convenient location, go to auctioner.org/quit.
Gentili Italian Pie is home to the $5 Family Happy Hour. Specials on pizza, wings, and drinks, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Gentili Italian Pie does fresh for the entire family. Salads, pizza, pasta, wings, and oven-baked sandwiches. Gentili Italian Pie offers lunch and dinner in a new, modern atmosphere surrounded by big screen TVs. Dine in or carry out by calling 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. Relax, have a drink, drink from the fully stocked bar or beer on tap, while your order is made from the freshest ingredients. Gentili Italian Pie, 4706 Paris Avenue, is home where everybody knows your name. So bring the family to Paris and Mirabeau for the $5 Family Happy Hour, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's Gentili Italian Pie. Dine in or carry out. 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. You gotta try the pie. That's the original Italian pie, located at Paris and Mirabeau in Gentili.
This is your host, Oliver Thomas of the Good Morning Show. Lord, every morning y'all hear me fighting with that early bird because he's always up. So get up with me, your host, Oliver Thomas, on WBOK, the #1 community station in the nation. Why? Because WB makes it what? Yeah, that's right. Listen, early bird. Okay.
That's right. It's the WBOK Good Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 a.m.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Money Monday, and we're here to open your mind.
We live in a good life. Good life. In a different land.
The Good Life Money Monday is brought to you by L&R Security, and we all know that L&R Security goes above and beyond to keep our family, friends, and event goers safe, especially during the festival seasons. And to do that job, they are looking for you. So L&R Security is now hiring persons for the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. They're also hiring armed and unarmed guards. All interested persons should contact L&R Security office at 504-943-3191. That is 504-943-3191. And if you want to stop in and fill out an application, L&R Security office is located at 3930 Old Gentilly Road. That is 3930 Old Gentilly Road. Y'all, that is a good life. Make sure that we go out there and, you get an extra stream of income, because we talk about it all the time. Millionaires have an average of 7 streams of income. So y'all play around if y'all want to, but I'm not playing around. So L&R Security, they go above and beyond to take care of us. So make sure you go above and beyond and contact them at 504-943-3191. That's 504-943-3191. And speaking of multiple sources of income, y'all know this is Money Monday, so we're going to get our mind right. We have Kenneth Barnes from KB Enterprises in the studio with us. Yay, Kenneth, I'm so excited to have you here. And we have a special guest, Terrell Harris of Trealty. And they are going to teach us, look, L&R Security is going to be one stream of income. Now we need real estate to be a second stream of income. We need passive income, y'all. We need money that's working for us when we're sleeping. So they're here today to explain this to me. So, Kenneth, I know you came up with this idea and you teamed up with Terrell. So you wanted to give us a little background on it?
Absolutely. Well, this year I decided to kind of change our mission of what we're doing for our clients. And the question we're asking is, who's working harder, you or your money? Because what happens is that so many people work hard, but nowadays it's retirement 65 to 6 feet under. You can't really require a government or even pensions like it used to be.
Right.
Because things change. People are losing money in their 401ks and things like that. So I'm big on having control of my own finances. And it's the best freeing experience in the world to not have to be on someone else's schedule.
Hello.
And if you have to do it for a period of time, because at the beginning we all have to work hard. We got to make the sacrifices, but we shouldn't have to work hard forever. Absolutely.
It's like we want our money to grow.
That's right. Eventually, we've been taught to work hard to earn $1. But no one taught us what to do with that $1.
Right.
And that's where people losing the money game.
And it doesn't have to be hard if you're smarter about your money,
Absolutely.
Which is what you like to deliver here on The Good Life.
That's exactly
You give us little
right.
tidbits to make sure that through the course of our life we're working, and it's a better flow.
Absolutely.
And our money starts working harder and not us.
And nothing is better than going home or coming home after work and having checks in the mailbox.
Hey now.
separate from your every 2-week check. And we also talk about our surroundings, who we hang with, our group, our mastermind, Iron Sharpening Iron. Terrell's a great friend of mine and someone I admire and respect because I handpick my circle. Isn't everybody around me is there on purpose?
So he's one of your 5?
Yes.
All right. Then you're good. Huh?
I'm handpicked.
You're one of the 5. All right. That says a lot, Terrell.
That says a
We
lot.
talk about that on the air all the time. And, you got to be very, very, specific about that 5. So the fact that you sit at this table, I'm just playing with you. Well, you are with Trealty. So can you give us a little bit of background on Trealty?
Yes, Trealty is a real estate brokerage firm. We license in the state of Louisiana to serve our home buyers and home sellers. One good thing about Trealty is that we pride ourselves on educating ourselves so we can bring that to our clients. We're educating ourselves on number one, being a realtor, we have fiduciary duties that we have to follow to make sure our clients is getting the best service from us as possible. But number 2 is also, especially for our people, a lot of the grant money that's available to purchase a home. We kind of stay up on that. I know Jefferson Parish, Orleans Parish, sometimes they got up to $60,000, $70,000 for grant assistance to purchase a home.
Really?
I'm one of the listing agents for Ms. Leach's Hollins, Westwood Crossing, and that's another gated community that we have. And she's working on something now to get the homeowners up to $60,000, $70,000 worth of grant money that goes along with those homes. So. You also have buying assistance there that help out with closing costs. So there's a lot of things that's out there. It's important for us as realtors to get out there to learn so we can educate our clients on what they can get. So we believe a great educated client could be a easier client once they understand the process of buying a home, once they understand the grant money that they need to get it. It makes the process a lot more simpler for them.
Well, good, because we're going to have Real Estate 101 on the radio today. I don't want to say ignorant because that's not the word I want to use. But let's just say I have a lack of knowledge on this topic. Mm-hmm. And you all are going to teach me exactly what I'm going to do. Say I call you all. I said I'm interested in, passive income. This isn't my forte. This isn't, but I really want to get into it. Steer me. Take me away. Both of you, or who goes first?
Well,
and it's really good that we have Kenneth here and Terrell because you have each sides of the equation. Because Kenneth gets your money right, Terrell gets the real estate portions right, so that you move forward and you don't have any other bumps in the road.
That's right. Because once you get your money right, and it don't have to be all the way right. You don't have to be a millionaire to get started with the real estate.
Well, see. Thank you, because that's step number 1. I would have thought before I called you I needed to be perfect.
That's exactly
right.
So
I don't need to be perfect.
No, you don't have to be perfect at all. Most people that come into our offices across the Southeast, they get approved. They didn't even think they could get approved because we work with enough lenders that work with lower credit scores a lot of times that are not traditional lenders. So they don't have actual retail branches like a Capital One or Wells Fargo and things like that. But they lend money on real estate because real estate is the backing. And as long as the real estate has the equity and the value, they'll base it on the value of the property.
Is there a credit score that I should be aiming for? A general
I think a
range?
A 580 middle score, and sometimes even a 550 middle score. You'll get beat up a little bit more with the 550 only because they're going to require more documents and maybe the rate may be a little bit higher. Mm-hmm. But yeah, around that 550, 580 range.
So 550, 600, 650.
Yes.
I can come to the table and have a conversation with you.
Real estate is booming again. And
okay.
That's why.
Hello. Y'all listening out there?
We always want to bring value to the listeners, and that's why I wanted Terrell to come on today because he actually, we were working out this morning, and he showed me two deals that's available.
Stop showing off. They're working out this morning.
And he showed me 2 deals today that I'm excited about trying to invest.
So what were you showing him this morning? You can't just show him. You got to tell us all. He can't have all the good deals.
During our great workout session to start the 5 a.m. morning off right.
Y'all hear this. They rubbing this in.
To get into the studio. But I have a client, great guy, great family guy. He have a great job at I'm not going to name a particular company, but similar to a UPS or a FedEx or, making good money. Mm-hmm. So he wants to say, well, for one, I need to purchase a home for my family. The biggest thing about real estate itself is that it's a great foundation for your family or for more income. But to start off with a great foundation, that's the first place to start. But we found a home for him on the market right now for $58,000, which is a great deal in a real estate. But make that deal better is the equity that he was talking about. Once his house is fixed up and repaired, he have close to $40,000-$50,000 worth of equity automatically after he purchased the home and fix it up. So that's automatically a bank account at $50,000 off top when he fixed his house up.
All right, it sounded a little bit better to me.
It sounded a little bit better.
Okay.
And also another thing me and Ken was talking about is I know it's a great time for right now for it's tax season. So if you take your tax money, say you could take $1,500 to $2,000 and actually get started in the real estate game, you need another.
Hello. Okay, so we have a lot of people right now getting their returns back. Don't spend it. Listen to Terrell. Now, what do we do with it?
When you submit an offer, and the contract is accepted, usually deposits about $500 to $1,000. So let's just say $1,000. You're also going to need another maybe $400 for appraisal. So you $1,400. And Trilogy, what we push, which is not required, but we push it so much to get your house inspected. And that's another.
It's really important.
It's important because you know what you're buying.
Yeah, you don't want to have any surprises.
You know what you're buying. You want to make sure your foundation is fine, your roof is fine, your electrical, your plumbing. You want to make sure you don't have termites.
Right.
And in this inspection, $200-$300 inspection, you get a termite certificate with that.
Hello.
But that's all.
And down here, that's important.
It's very important. Termites is very important. A lot of houses in this area, because we're here, mold, termites, so it's important to get that done. But if you take $1,500 to $2,000, you in a place now to purchase a home.
We're in a game.
To purchase a home. And before that, you have to get pre-qualified from the bank. And before they come to me, they're dealing with Kenneth. So Kenneth is getting everything situated from them. But a lot of people are just scared of the process because they don't know the process.
Right.
And that's important for us as realtors to push listen, the banks is going to tell you, they're not going to say, hey, no one and go take this money away from you. They tell you, well, yes, you qualify for a home, or no, you don't qualify, but if you do A, B, C, and D, you're qualified. So it's not really a no.
Right.
So
you can take the steps, and it's not a no. They'll give you a game plan.
They give you a game plan.
Which is so important. So you can't. So you basically can't fail. There is no failure. There's knowledge that comes through it, and if you never try, you never know.
You never know, and when you educate these clients on that, they make the process so much easier because every step gets more exciting and more exciting. So the first step is, hey, you're qualified. So we get a letter in the email saying,
hello,
congratulations, you're qualified. That's a big step. The next step is
that's like cartwheel moment.
Yeah. But the next one is, guess what? Now you're going to look for a house. So that's even
more fun.
So once we do find a house.
We all like shopping.
Right, we like shopping. The next step is you get your house inspected. So, now I got a great house. Now where the money comes in that, hey, your house got to get appraised. So, hey, you got it for $58, but it's appraising for $128 or $138. So now wait a minute, I got this much money. So
now you're really happy.
Each step is more and more exciting. And now the next step is going to closing. After the underwriting, you're going to closing. So each step of this $1,500 or $2,000 that you get is getting more and more exciting.
And you walk people through all of these steps, correct?
We walk them through them and educate them along the process.
Hold my hand,
Yeah, we have to because I've been doing this since 2001, and every client is different. Everything comes up is a different situation where the house inspected wrong or the appraisal come. So each one of them is different. So as realtors, we should know what's going on and what you expect. So if you explain this to the client prior to all this coming up, and they feel more confident and know exactly what they want as well.
Okay, good, because we're going to have a lot of hand-holding. So I need you to give us your information, because there's somebody listening right now who is literally getting their income tax back, and they're on the cusp of, do I buy, do I purchase, what do I do? I'm confused.
Okay.
So give us your information on how they can contact you.
No problem. I have a couple of things to give you. First, my best way to contact us is 504-858-2375. Also, my wife, my partner, my friend, she's also...
I love that he said all that. Y'all call Terrell. Go ahead.
Yeah. My wife, she's also a realtor, great realtor. We learn a lot from each other. We educate each other. She, Taisha Jones, 504-430-4979. And we also, our real estate website is www.1trealty.com. and there's a lot more information on there.
And I'm going to take a picture of his card, and I'm going to put it on all of my social media platforms. That'll be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. So make sure you follow us at TGL Radio Show, Instagram and Twitter, and The Good Life Radio Show on Facebook, and Eileen Carter on LinkedIn. And Kenneth, before we hit Terrell, we need you to get our money right. So how can they contact you to make sure their pockets are right for today and tomorrow?
504-577-4139. That's 504-577-4139.
So I know, just kind of follow it up here, what would be the first step? The first step is, when I come to you, Terrell, is there any paperwork that I need to have?
The first thing I do is we send all our clients to a mortgage company. We kind of talk to them to see what kind of ideal they is for as credit is concerned.
So Kenneth,
so that's
okay.
the first thing to do.
I'm just saying.
Once we send it to Kenneth then directs them to the appropriate place so they can get their to get this pre-qualification level that we would need, because it's important, because not all banks work with bond money.
Right.
So you have to have, like, some community banks, most community banks, your Gulf Coast banks, those banks work with first-time home buyers to give grant.
So you need Kenneth, who knows all this already, so you don't have to
go through that.
Recreate the system.
Exactly. Leverage the wisdom of other people and save you time.
Why do you think I have you right here? Y'all, it's a good life. I am not about reinventing the wheel. I don't like to do things more than once. We have two great men here who know exactly what they're doing. We have Kenneth Barnes of KB Enterprises and Terrell Harris of Trialty. Make sure you contact them if you need anything with regard to your finances or real estate. We will be right back with our technology segment. I'm so excited. Y'all, they got some stuff going on in the world you need to know about. Stay tuned. It's The Good Life. It's Money Monday. We'll be right back.
WBOK takes it to another level every evening from 6 until 9 with the Reverend Al Sharpton. Keeping it real every weekday evening from 6 until 9 p.m. on WBOK 1230 AM, where it's real talk for real time.
L&R Security provides the good life. They make their mark in the security arena by providing excellent security services for more than 35 years and are licensed in more than 13 states. L&R Security's team comes with a wealth of experience from the military, law enforcement, and law enforcement training. Their personnel is comprised of more than 200 employees trained in video monitoring, special event services, convention services, armed and unarmed security guards, ticket takers, executive security, personal bodyguards, hall monitors, and critical infrastructure personnel that are TSA trained. L&R Security services are provided on a 24-hour basis and have expanded to the newest technology, including video monitoring. Find them on the web at www.lrsecurity.com or call them today at 504-943-3191. Again, that number is 504-943-3191. Live the good life with L&R Security today.
You've just entered the Copy Zone. Hello, Copy Zone.
Help! Our copier is down and our biggest job ever is due tomorrow.
Ma'am, you called the right place. Copy Zone specializes in quick turnaround service, and we can get your copier up and running today.
Awesome.
Copy Zone is an authorized dealer of Okadata multifunctional copiers, capable of color copying, network printing, network scanning, document managing, and email faxing.
Really?
Yep, we're certified with the City of New Orleans. We offer rentals with cost per copy and lease options and business line services. Our prices are so competitive, we can give a 40 to 50% discount to nonprofits.
Wow, I gotta remember you guys.
Ma'am, just remember this. If your copier's down and your toner's gone and you don't know what to do, just jump on the phone and call Copy Zone and we will come to you. Raw.
Sweet.
At Copy Zone, service is the key to good business. Call 504-279-2381.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNOLA.com. or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
Listen to the New Orleans Imperative, the only radio show in New Orleans that focuses on public education. Every Monday, 10 a.m., listen in, hear the real news. The New Orleans Imperative.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Money Monday, and we're here to open your mind. We are back, y'all, on Money Monday, and we are here with our new technology segment, and I'm really excited about it. It is brought to you by Ultimate Technical Solutions. Ultimate Technical Solutions is a full-service New Orleans-based IT solutions provider. If you are a growing business that needs full-service IT, managed services, spam and virus protection, disaster mitigation, or computer support for your business, make sure you call Ultimate Technical Solutions. They can help you. That is the good life. You can give them a call at 504-378-4800. That is 504-378-4800, because that is the good life. Ultimate Technical Solutions will monitor your systems 24/7 and automatically fix problems when they occur. And many fixes can be performed remotely. So make sure you call Ultimate Technical Solutions at 504-378-4800. That's 504-378-4800. And you know why that's so important right now? Terrell, and thank you, Terrell, for staying with us for this segment. You know, and Kenneth is always with us, but this is a really interesting topic right now, technology in the world. And so I want to open y'all's mind to living differently in the world, because y'all know what's going on with Apple right now. Mm-hmm. You know, with the whole hack my iPhone because I'm a terrorist and I think that I can hide behind Apple, right? So it's in Reuters this morning that Apple urges the U.S. government to form a commission on encryption issues. This was in Reuters this morning. Apple Inc. on Monday called for the creation of a government commission or panel of experts on encryption to help resolve the standoff over national security and data privacy that began last week after the technology company refused a U.S. government demand to unlock an iPhone used by one of the San Bernardino shooters. They go on to say that Apple would gladly participate in such an effort, the company posted on its website, entitled Answers to Your Questions About Apple and Security. Such an idea is not new. A digital security commission comprising technology, business, and law enforcement experts has been proposed by a Democratic Senator Mark Warner and Republican Representative Michael McCaul, who chairs the House Homeland Security Commission. So it's nice to know that you have, people of both parties who are really into this, because this is very, very important. So with a bipartisan pair, putting this forward, where are you on the issue with Apple and the government? Should they create something to unlock the phone?
I wrestle with this because I understand both sides of the argument. Mm-hmm. One, Apple can leverage this as a great tool if it was available, because they show how strong they are with the technology. Kind of like the guy with LifeLock, the CEO who put his Social Security on billboards, said LifeLock worked.
I dare you.
I dare you. So that you could have leveraged that and we are that bomb company. But for them to say it's risky for us to do that,
right?
That says a lot, because basically you said that's why they're keeping it real.
Right.
Now,
But
Also,
for me, it's like every terrorist out there, please use an Apple phone and just,
And that's the other side.
because, we will back you up.
right. So
I'm like,
it's twofold because now I'm an Apple fan now. I wasn't always an Apple fan.
Well, you see what
but
I'm using right now.
My other computers like HP, speaking of technology segment, I kept getting viruses on all my other computers. I was spending a lot of money dealing with the viruses just by being on the internet doing work. And then I found out Apple's can't get a virus.
Right.
So I'm like, that's pretty strong because you're talking about hundreds of dollars to keep removing ads from my my computer.
Exactly.
So it forced me to go become an Apple guy. My respect level went up based on that.
Right.
So I see both sides too because now if they are hiding information, now that's now their sales just went up with the terrorists.
Hide and go seek. So Terrell, what's your thoughts on this issue?
And him speaking about the viruses is crazy that you say that because some don't understand that the viruses was created by the people that produced the antivirus software. So it's money going back into the pot, back and forth. But I'm an Apple fan as well. But as a person, especially being in business, we have to be careful of not to put so much personal information onto our cell phones. I know it's hard for us to say, but that's something that we have to go back to. Sometimes we kind of overstep of what we're doing. We in the technological world now that we're doing all kind of technology stuff with our phones and stuff. We have to be careful what we put onto these our social security numbers, our bank account numbers. It's easy to go get a Chase app that you just log in.
Y'all remember when you had a little book and you used to write all your information down?
I just let my Franklin Covey go last year.
Y'all, we have the lines lit up. We have Solomon on line, too. Solomon has a couple questions for us. Solomon, welcome to The Good Life. We are here on Money Monday. We have Kenneth Barnes of KB Enterprises and Terrell Harris of Trilty as our guest today.
Good morning, Eileen.
Good morning. How are you?
Look, I stand to be corrected on anything that I might say, okay? In reference to that Apple situation, well, that's a slippery slope. I mean, on one hand, well, yeah, we need all the information we can get to stop an act of terror. But on the other hand, it's gonna if they do it this time, well, what about when it becomes the people's personal situation? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with that, and I don't have the answer to it. Okay?
I agree.
Now, I was listening to you earlier when you said, well, I'm ignorant about this, but then you said, no, I'm not going to say that. Well, let me tell you something.
Ignorant just means lack of knowledge.
This is just my opinion. And I'm ignorant, and I'm dumb to many things. Just like some of the things those gentlemen explained. I never knew some of those things before. I was ignorant, and I was dumb to it. But now I understand what they're saying and how it would affect me. But now the thing I have an objection with, if you call me stupid, see, if you're stupid, you can get a lobotomy and have it poured into your head. It's still not going to do you any good. So that's why I don't take offense if someone called me dumb or ignorant. That means I just don't know. I don't have the information. But if it's there and it can be learned, well, I can get it. So therefore, I'm not stupid. Now, on this Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders thing, well, you see, that kind of throws me into you and Alicia Plummer, maybe different districts or whatever. I know Alicia. I'm dedicated to Alicia. I know she's hardworking. I know she's intelligent. I know she's committed, and I know she's honest. But you, I only heard of you when you came on the radio.
Well,
now,
you can choose 14. No problem. You can choose 14 representatives from each district.
Excuse me?
You can vote for both of us.
But see, that's that. Okay, well, now see, that's
Is
what
that better?
I was saying. Okay, now since
Deal.
I was ignorant to that fact, now I know. Okay, so I'm no longer ignorant. But what I'm saying is, I go with what I know. I mean, it's just like with Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. See, Hillary Clinton has been there and been under the gun for so long that she was a snake also, but she's morphed into a mongoose as far as I'm concerned, to deal with those snakes. See, mongoose kill snakes.
Right.
So between her and Bill, they know where the bodies are buried. They have chips in the game. Just like you, I never heard of Bernie Sanders. And some of the things he's saying, I agree with, but Jim Claiborne said that this free tuition and stuff that he's promoting, it's out of bounds. It's unfeasible. But what really made me take a look at Burt, because everything that's new is not necessarily good.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is this man stated that having a job is more important than reparations. You see, now to me, that's a slap in the face. I mean, you can sugarcoat all you want, but when you make a statement like that, no, I'm not a Bernie Sanders fan, but either one who's selected, I will support. I'll say that.
Right.
You understand? And
Absolutely.
see, because when I give my allegiance to someone, I'm not a fair weather friend. I don't play both sides of the fence. Now, before I do it, and I had you and Alicia, if I'd known Alicia and I know your record, and if you were going against one another, but you just cleared that up, I would look at it, and then I would make my decision.
Yes.
But if I'm for you, I'm for you.
You get to choose 14 from each district.
Right. It's 14 in the parish, and then there's the state, the executive committee in the parish. 14 can be chosen, and then there's the state thing also. But look, I'm gonna get to know you.
Perfect.
I'm gonna get
Thank
to know
you.
and down the road, if by chance you run for anything else, and there are people that I don't know, or records that I check, and that, well, I'm going.
I think this might be the extent of it. But, I am really passionate about, our politics and about policy and moving our community forward. And I think it's really important that we, not just talk the talk, but actually walk the walk. And I felt like this was a way that I could do that, and I could actually, open up those conversations for the community, the conversations that we have in those, committees, and the conversations that we have that the community needs to know about. I'm going to have those conversations with you all, and that's what I'm all about. I'm about transparency.
Well, tell me this now, if I worked in the capacity as Mr. Medina does, and you had to choose between the two to vote for, who would you vote for?
Between you?
In reference to the knowledge of what he's doing. Yes, the money deal. I think you would vote for Mr. Medina because you know him.
Right.
You understand what I'm coming from?
Oh, I'm
so
absolutely.
It's not a personal thing against me, but you know him. You know his record.
Oh, no.
I think you trust him.
I
the
absolutely.
way you talk about him, I think you trust him.
I absolutely would.
Just listening to him, I trust him, too, to a great extent, even though I've never met him personally. But the things that he said, I'm kind of hooked on it, and I can realize plenty of the things that he said that would, present itself.
And you know what, Solomon, I'm
life.
glad you bring this up, because business is a business of relationships. And a lot of time we're like,
Exactly.
they do business with their friends. But you do business with your friends because you trust them. And you need to have conversations and open your mind, and that's how you grow relationships, and that's how your business grows. If you don't talk to anybody, your business isn't going to grow. You have to open your mind, and you have to have conversations.
I'm going to get off because I know you have other callers. If you can remember the last time I called when you're on Relationship Tuesday, I think it is.
Yes, sir.
I said any relationship, no matter with your pet or anybody else, it's a three-legged stool: conversation, negotiation, and compromise.
Absolutely.
And without either one of those legs, that relationship is doomed to fail, I think.
Absolutely. Thank you so
but
much,
that's my
Solomon.
opinion. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you
Y'all
so
have
much.
A blessed day.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, guys, what are your thoughts?
Great call. Great call.
Great call.
I am so excited about this. But speaking of, we're running towards the end of the show today, but I really wanted to touch on this because Solomon was talking about snakes and mongooses. So I wanted to bring this to your attention and open your mind because we might have a little snake in the world. Did y'all know, speaking of technology, Russia wants to fly over the United States with advanced digital cameras.
That's unbelievable.
Did you hear what I said? Let me read it to you from abcnews.com. Russia will ask permission on Monday, today, to start flying surveillance planes equipped with high-powered digital cameras amid warnings from U.S. intelligence and military officials that such overflights help Moscow collect intelligence on the United States of America. Yes, you heard me correct. Russia and the United States are signatories to the Open Skies Treaty, which allows unarmed observation flights over the entire territory of all 34 member nations to foster transparency about military activity and help monitor arms control and other agreements. Senior intelligence and military officials, however, worry that Russia is trying to take advantage of technological advances to violate the spirit of the treaty. So Russia will formally ask the Open Skies based in Vienna, to be allowed to fly an aircraft equipped with high-tech sensors over the United States, according to a senior congressional staffer. The request will be put into President Obama's administration in the position of having to decide whether to let Russia use the high-powered equipment on its surveillance planes. Now, what?
Yeah, that's
come on now.
That's questionable activity. What I would do is do like a lot of situations where you get frustrated when it's going on in your personal life. I would say, well, your call will be handled in the order it was received, and you don't know how long you're on there. That's what I would tell them. You're pending. You're pending right now, pending review.
Some questions shouldn't even be able to reach the table, reach that part that we even bringing this stuff for discussion. Especially with everything going. That's why it's important for us to get out and vote,
Hello. That's called the okie doke.
That's the okie doke.
They're trying to use, their leverage in a treaty to, pull the okie doke over us, which is why we have these conversations, which is why we have to open our mind to living differently in the world. Because if we're not educated on these things, somebody is going to use it to their advantage that you're not educating yourself. So, we only bring this up because we need to educate ourselves on the world. We need to educate ourselves with regards to voting, and we need to get out the vote. Early voting is today through Saturday. Make sure you vote, y'all. If you don't vote this week, you can vote on March 5th. It is very important for ourselves, for our communities, for our children, for our future. So make sure you get out the vote. And Terrell, I want to thank you so much for being here. Terrell Harris of Trilty. Give us your information one more time about how they can contact you.
All right. The number is 504-858-2375, and the website is www.onetrilty.com. We also got some, speaking of technology, if you was to text you text booming 3, because real estate is booming.
Hello.
If you text booming 3 to 88,000, you're going to get all my contact information.
Wait, say that again. 88,000.
88,000. Text booming 3. BOOMING. The number 3. Booming 3. Real estate is booming. That's what you think about.
Booming.
It's booming.
You know what else is going to be booming? Your pocket. If you deal with Kenneth. So Kenneth, how can they contact you?
504-577-4139, or they can reach us online at kennethbarnes.org.
And that is The Good Life. And if you are interested in getting a segment regarding your business on The Good Life radio show, or if you want some radio advertising, make sure you contact me at 400-7127. That is 504-400-7127, because that is The Good Life. Where would we be without radio advertising? I don't know. Call me, 504-400-7127, because that is The Good Life. Make sure you stay tuned to Relationship Tuesday tomorrow. I'm out, y'all.